Justice Kavanaugh?
I just want to be crystal clear about that. If we say sex in Title IX is biological sex, and then we get to the next case, the California case or whatever it is, how would California still prevail if we've said that here?
I think the argument the other side would make would be that the regs don't prohibit them from accommodating transgender individuals. Even though the regs permit separation based on sex, they also don't forbid accommodation of transgender individuals. It's the argument they would make. And they would say it doesn't matter that you're allowing some boys who have a biological advantage to play on the girls.
What's the argument you're currently making in opposition to that?
That the justification for separating on the basis of sex is the biological difference. And so you're undermining the justification for the separation.
Right, and so we start with the separation. I think what you're saying is once you separate boys and girls teams, which everyone does, and it may be even required in my view, to have equal girls teams, then California really doesn't have an argument if we say that sex in Title IX means biological sex, which may be okay. I just want to make sure I know what we're doing.
Look, Your Honor, obviously we don't think they can argue that, but I'm confident that California would stand up here and say that even if you ruled the way I just urged, they should be able to argue the opposite by saying essentially that they're allowed to accommodate on the basis of gender identity, even though the regs mean sex and sex means biological sex. That's the argument they would make. Whether that argument's right or wrong is for another case, but I don't think if you adopt the argument I'm making here today, their hands are going to be tied.
Okay, and then on this premise that has been conceded, I just want to make sure I understand your view. My understanding is that it's sex-separated sports teams, so long as they're equal opportunity for girls and boys, are perfectly constitutionally permissible. Is that not your understanding?
Yes.
Yes.
Per the arguments in both cases.
I mean, it's conceded, but it's conceded because it's obvious, right?
Because there are obvious biological differences between men and women, and that's why.
Well, the why people may debate, but it's obvious. It's
yes.
conceded, and so too Title IX because of the Javits Amendment, at least, even if not Title IX originally.
Well, I would say even without the Javits Amendment, because importantly, the Javits Amendment is only about intercollegiate. So.
And it's been interpreted in the regs, though, to go to high school, and no one's ever challenged that part. That's the part, okay.
Right.
But that also, sex-separated sports teams are perfectly permissible under Title IX, at least with the Javits Amendment, and probably without, correct?
That's right.
And that's conceded, but that's, it's conceded again because everyone accepts that. It has accepted that for a long time, so long as the opportunities for boys and girls, men and women are equal.
That's right, and I think what the other side in this case is trying to do is say, yeah, that's fine, but they're being excluded. And the problem with that is they're not being excluded from participating on the boys' team. They're choosing not to participate on the boys' team. Now, for understandable reasons, given their gender identity, but the state is not excluding them from the boys' team. And Justice Sotomayor, this explains the confusion in the Fourth Circuit's opinion, because I agree with you. It is very strange that the Fourth Circuit
Okay, we got to go back. Sorry. You can, finish that off. Sorry.
The reason why the Fourth Circuit found that there was a viable Title IX claim, even though they said that there was a factual dispute, is because they bought into this notion that because the transgender boy doesn't want to play on the girls' team, doesn't want to play on the boys' team and can't play on the girls' team, they're excluded. That's true even if they have a physical advantage. And so the court said, we don't care about the physical advantage, it's still a Title IX violation. And that's clearly wrong. That's a misinterpretation of the statute. And the error in it is that they're not being excluded from the boys' team, they're choosing not to participate on the boys' team.
Sorry, one more. Bostock does not control here because, fill in the blank.
Because the law doesn't classify on the basis of transgender status, it classifies on the basis of sex, biological sex. Just like in Scrimetti, the law there classified on the basis of age and medical treatment. Here, the law classifies on the basis of biological sex. The person's gender identity is wholly irrelevant to how the law applies.
Thank you.